homely, and it just, I really like it.
Sometimes there's really good soundtracks that don't quite fit the game. Like, I'm thinking Super Mario Galaxy 1, I believe. It has this, like, ridiculously orchestral soundtrack, and it's great. But then you're just playing Bing Bing Wahoo, and it's like...
I think Mario Galaxy, you have the main theme being, like, super bombastic orchestral, but, then you have, like, the more simple MIDI soundtrack.
Maybe I'm thinking of just the main theme or whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty much just the main theme and a couple others.
2969, beat it on the first try.
This one's weird because they're like teaching you to do a race, but this isn't how races work at all in this game. I guess they're just teaching you how to like move with a chocobo.
Me on guitar, by the way.
No, it's not.
But yeah, if you're going for 100% with this game, you're going to be on a chocobo for like 50 hours.
Awesome.
I thought I was gonna get 100% in this game, and then I realized you have to, like, beat it again on hard and do a bunch of extra stuff on hard, and I was like, I'd probably pass.
Yeah. I guess you have other things to do or something.
I mean, I
personally would.
I wanted to.
Yeah, I got the platinum for this game just a couple days ago, and my save file was 150 hours. It took me 150 hours flat to do it.
Well, that's probably... Oh, baseball season's coming up, so that's probably takes me through August at this point.
Man, I remember playing through, the original, and I think... Did we ever, like, play through this at all, like, when we did, like, one of those sleepovers at your place?
Maybe.
Because I remember the clock hitting 9999, or, like, not 9999, but 9959.
Yeah, I
like
had a pretty bad habit of just leaving the system on,
yeah,
so...
I feel like we were trying to breed a gold chocobo or something.
I don't know if I ever, actually put 100 hours into this game, like... in a single playthrough, even in my like 100% speedrun. I guess maybe.
So I'm going to explain my strategy for the first half of this game, which when we have our full team available to us, and it's not like a segmented thing where you have to use certain party members. My party is going to be Barret, Aerith, and Tifa, and I think it's a really well-rounded party. Barret's basically on support. He has like Barrier Magnify. Magnify is the all materia, so it applies to everyone. If you put elemental magic on your armor piece, it will absorb whatever magic is on there. So I'm about to fight a Quetzalcoatl with like thunder. So doing this, like, if you have the right like loadout going into a boss fight, it makes it 10 times easier. And like haste, empowerment, revive, some other stuff. And Aerith is basically in the back line just for magic duty. She has the Genji glove, which the Genji glove breaks the 9999 damage limit. And one thing that I didn't figure out until a while is that you can apply multiple different blue materia effects to one materia. It does take a lot of slots, but like I have Fire and Ice on MP Absorb, but then I have Ice on Magic Focus, which makes it 25% stronger. So both of those effects will be like at play at the same time.
Oh.
So the good thing is that you can do that. The bad thing is that obviously you have to waste like 4 or 6 or 8 slots to do it, but there's a lot of times where you can min-max and do like a ridiculous amount of damage.
What's that third row?
Weapon skills.
Weapon skills. As you level up your weapons just with manuscripts, it will unlock more weapon skills.
Okay.
The weapon level is...
I'm trying to think of it.
The max level is 9. The max is you get 10 SP per manuscript, so there's 44 manuscripts per character.
Okay,
that's just something like...
So it's a per weapon basis that you have these levels?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it levels... In the first game, you had to level up each weapon like manually, and this game they kind of do it automatically, but it's sort of confusing. But once your weapon level goes up, you just increase either you get more weapon skills, and then after a certain, I don't know what the numbers are, but once you get to level like 8 or something, you have 4 slots. You start out with only 1, so just over time.
Yeah, the weapon level thing is something I still don't quite understand. I just play, and then eventually it's like, you're at level 4,
yeah,
and I'm like, cool.
You get manuscripts just from doing the side quests and the main story.
Can you go over one of those again? Just go down.
This?
So these are passives?
They're passives, yeah.
Oh, nice. I love passives.
So, especially for Barret, his passives are, like, amazing. This one, when he uses his overcharge, which is his triangle technique, he gets Protect applied to him. And then he has trade-off.
Nice.
Barret is the tank. If you cast a Lifesaver on yourself, he'll start taking all the damage passively.
And then he gets more MP.
And then you get more MP back. So that's why I actually don't have MP up on him, even though his MP is only 75. But you really just don't need it.
He needs more MP.
And then because he's taking all the damage, Selfish Recovery, I just find that Barrage Blaster is the best weapon for him by far. Especially when he's in this, like, tank support position. And then Tifa's the main physical dealer. One of the most insane combos in this game is that you can do enemy skill and HP absorb. Enemy skill, again, is like probably the best material in the game. It's not as broken as in the OG, but you can get stuff like Sonic Boom applies Bravery and Faith to someone, which is like the attack and MP or magic up passive. There's one called Plasma Discharge, which every ATB that she gains, she'll do like this area of effect attack, just like automatically. And every single time that happens, she's getting 35% of damage. So even if it's only a couple hundred damage, she's just getting healed all the time from it.
Do you got the big guys like Big Guard? Is Big Guard the one?
Big Guard's not here. I wish it was,
What
but
Trine?
No.
Ooh.
In fact, some of the
failed.
In fact, some of the
Garbage.
enemies,
0 out of 10.
maybe in the third game, but enemy skill's really good, but it's not completely broken.
Alright, what the hell was that? Oh, you just okay. You got.
So he's showing. This is an optional like sub boss. Essentially, when you complete all the quests in this region, which this is like the outside Calm region, then you can unlock this. And this game is really good, especially the first time through, obviously, for like leveling you up correctly on that. So like after you do all the stuff, you're pretty much going to be at about the exact level you need to fight this. So it's a nice little bonus, and then you get some unique item drops that help you do other side quest type things, usually. So pretty cool. Don't listen to the girl that's talking. She is completely unnecessary.
Yeah, Maya's annoying and just so unnecessary.
Like, how are we supposed to even like understand what she's saying? Quetzalcoatl got BTF'd.
And you're not. I mean, this is on hard, so it's assumed to be like max level.
Yeah.
Right? You're not over leveled for this.
The max level is 70, and hard mode expects you to be at level 70. One other thing I forgot to mention.
So you still kind of just he got BTFO.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Correct.
So when you're doing the open
around,
you're doing the open world stuff, the final thing you unlock is the classified intel of the hardest enemy in the place.
Winged Lacertilian of Lore.
So for the grasslands, it's Quetzalcoatl. So I just wanted to show that off because
so that was okay.
the next fight that we're doing is against the Midgar Zolam, and like I don't think I'm going to be able to explain anything. That Midgar Zolam is like a weirdly like one of the hardest fights in the game, and it's the first boss fight you do in this game. It's pretty crazy. But I just wanted to show that before we got into the thick of it.
I did have a ridiculously difficult time against the Zolom. And I
It's a really hard
I gotta
fight.
be honest, I'm past Costa del Sol now, and I did not have any, I don't want to say any, but I didn't lose against any other boss.
It's a very strange, it's like, obviously in the vanilla game, it's like you're not even supposed to fight it, it's that hard. But in this game, they make you fight it, and it's one of the hardest things early on. It's pretty weird.
Oh, I love fighting with Midgar Zolam before I'm supposed to.
You can't do that.
The Midgar Zolam casts a lot of fire things, so I'm going to be switching over to Fire Elemental. And one other thing I forgot to mention, one of the best material in the game is called ATB Assist. This basically grants a big, it's like half ATB charge for each of your 2 allies if you use the same command 2 times in a row. And a lot of times with Tifa, after I have her set up, I just use Overpower over and over. And every single time you do that, the like Barret and Eris is gonna get like ATB like up just so much of it. So that's why I really like this team, and why Tifa is really good in this game.
So, I'm sure this is safe.
Yep.
Earth pockets of the bog are damn near bottomless. Plus, there's that giant man-eating serpent.
I'm sorry, I'm eating chicken bite.
Have some faith in our feathered friends.
Yeah.
You're eating chocobo bites, you monster.
No!
I feel really guilty. I'm sorry.
As he keeps eating. I just feel so guilty. Oh,
I'm
delicious.
not gonna spit it. Would you like me to spit it out right here?
No, don't
Okay.
don't waste the chocobo.
Over there.
Who dis?
It's Sephiroth.
Hey,
Who?
it's that guy.
What?
Come on.
Get it? Because they all have Sephiroth's DNA.
Yeah, Hojo. The soldiers are supposed to just have Mako infused with them. Of course, Hojo, being a piece of crap, always infuses Sephiroth's DNA with them too, which is why the Mako deterioration like makes them zombies, and that's also why Sephiroth can like control them. 'Cause-
Hojo's like 5 times more evil in the remakes than he is in the original, and he's pretty evil in the original. Like in this one, they just, I don't know.
Let's go.
They
He's
go
almost-
out of their way to make him even worse.
He's even almost comically evil. I think they went a little bit too far, but it's not like horrible. But I liked him a little bit more human in the original. Spencer, have you gotten to Costa del Sol yet?
Yeah, and that surprised me.
How Hojo like does another evil scheme.
Yes.
I really dislike that.
It surprised me because that was one thing I actually liked in the original a lot. Him just hanging out at Costa del Sol, and he was like, I'm not gonna fight you now, I'm on vacation. It made him, like,
Disguised itself.
much more human, like Trev said.
Yeah.
Whereas he is like, I mean, he has the trope, and we see it a lot in media, of a scientist being like, I literally don't care how many rules I break, how many people I hurt, all in the name of science. You know what I mean? Like, I must continue scientific achievement, and it doesn't matter, you know, what happens. But Hojo's is, like, a little over the top.
So I just use Plasma Discharge, which is the thing where when Tifa gets a ATB, that effect will happen.
Oh, nice.
And we finally see what the hell they were trying to get at with Midgar Zolam. Midgar Zolam.
I don't know what a Sormor is. I assume some sort of snake or something.
Well, I believe it probably has something to do with some sort of Scandinavian mythology, as that's where Midgar, etc., comes from.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Interesting.
So this is one of the reasons why having the right material loadout really matters, because he just did a big fire breath that would have killed me in like 2 seconds. But having it just instantly helped, like healed me like really fast.
He'll be back. Instantly is back.
How did Tifa not get killed? Where?
I guess part 2 is, I'm sorry, I'm just like thinking about, just bringing up like how this game in particular takes a lot from like Scandinavian like imagery and mythology. Knights of the, it's too early to get like Knights of the Round. That's not in the game, is it?
No.
Okay.
I'm figuring that they're saving it for part 3. There's a lot that's not in this game.
But yeah, Final Fantasy's always just taking just handfuls of crap from like almost every mythology on the planet. They
I mean, it
love
makes
that.
sense.
They love that stuff.
Quetzalcoatl. That's Aztec,
Yeah.
Mayan, something like that.
Shiva.
Yep. Shiva.
That was good.
I'm sure Ifrit is some culture.
Ifrit, like a djinn.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um,
The
Bahamut.
what you call it? The Masamune.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, that's Japanese, so, like,
yeah,
you know.
from their own, but yeah, still pretty cool. What's his name? The weird. I'm blanking. The weird summon, the one who always acts like a weirdo.
Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gilgamesh-
That's not Japanese, right?
Mesopotamia.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And actually, historic, well,
So here's a.
You gotta watch this real quick, because this I still don't understand.
So this part, obviously, because these remake games deviate a bit, this is a change that they made. I really dislike this change. Because the problem with these games is that they have to have a climax out of each game. And in the climax of part 1 was you literally fighting the Arbiter of Fate. And now, in the beginning of the part 2, the first thing you do is job to a big snake. After defeating Fate itself, you lost to a snake.
well, it's a really big snake.
Yeah, the snake is more hardcore than the Arbiter
But
of Fate for sure.
you fight the Arbiter in the last one?
Yeah, that's the last thing you do in part
That's
1.
crazy. I never thought I'd see that kind of crossover.
Oh. Lay Halo.
So I still don't quite understand, like, is Sephiroth here?
Sephiroth probably is controlling that Sephiroth clone that was...
Oh, that was right nearby.
Yeah. But the thing that happened... Well, they're showing how Sephiroth killed him.
Did Sephiroth do this?
This is a bit of fan service. It's sort of cool, but now we have this part.
I don't know if I really like that other part, to be honest.
So
I mean,
Cloud is like passing out, falling to the bottom of this bog, and he loses consciousness.
It's like
and
the
then
Eris scene from the first one.
He's drowning, and then
Wakey, wakey.
he just wakes up.
Sorry, what part? Where? I missed where it got super deep.
Also,
instead of,
doesn't
like,
make sense.
waist deep.
Maybe that was like
The Zolom, like, coiled around
Or I
Cloud.
guess he
And,
has like a hole that he lives in or something.
maybe. Also, it could have been just like in his mind. Like maybe he did job to the snake, but then he fell further down in his mind or whatever.
Still.
I still don't quite understand it. That what Trevor said makes sense. Having one of those just become Sephiroth for a second because he can control him
Yeah.
makes sense.
it's either, I mean, Cloud is really mentally, like, damaged throughout this entire game, but I think it's probably Sephiroth literally doing it. I mean, they were fighting them.
I
That
think
wasn't a
he's
hallucination.
Yes.
I think Cloud should maybe.
Spencer hasn't got to it yet, but Cloud gets effed up in this game
Hey,
so
you
bad.
know what? Actually, I think we can help Cloud out with our sponsor, BetterHelp. You can get access to a
Is that still a thing? I remember.
It definitely is.
I remember that being like a lot of like drama around how they literally don't do anything.
Well, that's correct.
Wait, that's the one where it's like
It's literally just online and you're just chatting with someone who's supposed to be a therapist, but they're not really, and also they're allowed to like sell your data and stuff.
oh, that's cool.
Which is
I thought they were like an in-between where they like found you a therapist or whatever.
No, they're not that
Oh.
helpful.
Interesting. Because
So
I
they're
will-
actually worse help.
I
Or
will say
actually harmful.
finding a doctor or a specialist or whatever can be like a lot because you just type like doctor Ephrata and like a billion things come up and you're like, okay, where do I start? So having an in between there would actually be pretty cool.
You guys need to focus.
But yeah,
Well, I
they,
mean, such services exist. I've used them before, but like,
I mean-
BetterHelp is not one.
If you want an actual therapist online, they're gonna charge you $100
Oh,
every 10 minutes.
Yeah. Also, I mean, this is just me. Maybe I'm a bit too old school for the way things are going, but I'm not getting anything out of an online therapy session.
yeah, I understand. I get that.
I'm like, let me.
Well,
let
and
me
also
chill
when
in the person's office.
they're like, hey, let's have a telehealth thing, you know, where you go to your
I
doctor.
don't like
It's
that
like
either.
the only reason I'd be okay with it if I was like, hey doc, I have strep throat. Give me strep throat medicine, which I think is just what you call it.
You, Mr.
Antibiotics.
Yeah. But it's the big one. My brain does not work today. But anyway, whatever.
It's a
Not
big antibiotic.
Not amoxicillin. Penicillin. I think it's just literally
I
penicillin.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, whatever. So if I could do that and not have to go to the doctors, and they're like, let me write you a script for penicillin, I'd be like, great. But otherwise, it'd be like, what seems to trouble you? My shoulder hurts. Okay, let me reference you to
awesome.
a shoulder specialist. Okay, thanks. You know.
Actually, that'd be something that I would love to like watch a 4-hour plus documentary or deep dive in by one of my favorite YouTubers or something. That's actually something I would be interested in, because I don't think I've
Okay,
like
I'll come too.
it can't be good for doctors either. I mean, maybe they're bottom line, but as far as like, you know, actually like
I can't imagine that I would be able to like give a good
solve
opinion.
anything? Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Unless it was the most obvious thing ever. But
Yeah.
but then it would be like,
For sure. Sorry to.
you know, again, with strep throat, you can look at a throat and be like, there are white crystals on your throat. You have strep. But like, what would it be like? Put your phone right up to your throat.
Is that white crystals? Is that what it does?
Pretty much,
I
yeah.
thought that was thrush.
Of course.
No, Ash has had it before a couple times. It's maybe not crystals, but it's like white like spots all over it.
Yeah, crystals is a little.
Careful
It-
down there.
I don't know. It's closer to that than
Yeah, I've
than
had strep
anything
throat
else.
before. It's like a lot of like white bacteria in the back of your throat. It's kind of freaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like.
And it also really freaking hurts every
It
time
hurts
you do
so
anything.
much.
You don't realize how cool it is to just be able to like
I don't think I've ever had it.
swallow without hurting. That when it does hurt, you're like, this sucks.
So I'm just gonna quick load a save file where I just have all my material already set up.
So here's my question of the part, because we're probably on a new video at this point now. Alright, speaking of BetterHelp and things that are constantly shilled on YouTube, are there any of these businesses that are actually good? Maybe not something you would like. Like, I personally wouldn't use like HelloFresh because I like cooking, right? But is there any of them that are actually good and not just like the worst thing ever?
Yeah, I can't
mean,
think of any.
What's that one game?
Shadow Raid?
Raid Shadow Legends.
Rage,
That's a free-to-play game, so therefore it's awful.
So many videos that, you know, obviously are sponsored, and I can't even remember the name of it. I know it's
Isn't that
those.
bad?
It's those 3 words. I don't know the order.
Raid Shadow Legend.
Yeah, that's it.
There's
that's it.
there's the headphones one. It's not Beats. Trev, do you know?
I don't know about the.
There's a headphone one. They're always shilling.
Oh.
I always think Beats by Dre, but it's not that. It's by some other rapper. There's Manscaped.
Manscaped is a big one.
I don't know if they're good or not, but it just seems like most of them are just like, I don't know, like how much do you have to get the word out there? Like, why is every single one like, this is brought to you by Manscaped? It's like, yes, we get it.
I think, like, you would think, like, after a certain point, you've, like, achieved as much saturation as it takes to become what is essentially a meme, that you're basically good on advertising, but they keep doing it.
Raycon.
Yeah, that's it.
Raycon.
I don't know if
It's made by a rapper named Ray J, who I have I know I'm not a big rap guy, but I've never heard of in my life. But apparently,
I don't know if I've ever gotten it.
You've never gone to Raycon? Oh my God.
It hasn't been as bad recently, but it used to be like
Are we-
all over the place, like
Oh my God.
like 2 years ago.
Are we talking about, like, advertisements specifically, like, pre-rolls, or, like, in the
generally
or
They're
limited
spons-
ones.
they're
The sponsor,
sponsorships.
the sponsor,
Yeah.
the sponsor,
Okay, yeah, I
Wow.
must not be watching the same video.
Also, if you're using a computer, you should install Sponsor Block because it skips all that crap
that's
automatically.
cool.
It is so awesome.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that there was, I mean, I've been using, of course, me and, like, every other millennial on the planet has been using ad block since, like, you know.
Yeah, I use uBlock and Sponsor Block, and it just makes everything a billion times better.
VPNs are usually pretty good, right? NordVPN and ExpressVPN.
I mean, I use a VPN, but that's for
Yes.
something different. That's for anonymizing your data and just encrypting your
no, but just in terms of not being like crappy businesses, I mean, VPNs by nature are good unless they like take your data and sell it, I guess. But that would be pretty bad.
I guess